here we have level 21 in this mod known as Chemical Warfare. Here I'm going to show you how to shortcut the whole entire level. By the way, don't you love that violet ceiling color? I wish I did more with ceiling colors, more crazy colors. That would have been fun. If you get him to open the door, which you have to maneuver quite intentionally, then you can beat shortcut through the whole level. Or if you got him to open the other door, you could get that key early too, but there's not a lot of point in doing that. Anyway, I screwed up that time, so I'm going to do it again just to demonstrate it. Excuse me. This level and the next I like. I had good feelings when I played through them. I don't know if that just because I was feeling good in general or something else. Actually, was almost a week ago probably that I played through these. Yeah, there's the exit. But that would ruin all the fun of actually playing through this level, which is a pretty good level, I'd say, by the standards of this mod anyway. So through here is some SS guys. There's a big confrontation at the end, which becomes increasingly more common in these levels. So I tried to mix it up and have it happen a bunch of different ways. But I don't think I'm gonna go this area yet because I need to go back to get the other key first. The name of this level for some reason was Blasting Mace, which oh, there's Singing Hitler. Always my favorite wall texture. I'm very, it's a testament to id Software in the game that they put that texture in there. Because you know that somebody else wouldn't. Almost anyone else wouldn't. What was I saying? I don't remember. Oh, this part, I think there's an extra life. I really did that thing where you can't get that ammo, which would probably be really annoying to people, but if they'd gotten this far, they'd probably gotten used to it, not being able to get ammo. That is a pretty frustrating thing when a guard drops something and you are completely unable to pick it up, because there's an expectation that you should be able to pick it up. Yeah, there's an extra life and 2 crowns. I was so all over the place with the treasure placement, as you probably noticed, but whatever. This level was called Blasting Mace because that was a karate in Kenpo karate, which I used to take when I was in high school. Yes, I took karate in high school and not in elementary school, so that makes me very uncool. But the techniques were always like blawing blah, you know, like there's one called checking the storm. My favorite was squeezing the peach, which is exactly what it sounds like. But yeah, oh, this is a little maze of stained glass. I love the stained glass are my second favorite textures, so I pretty much just use them all on this level, I guess. I don't think I thought of this as one of the better levels, just kind of a setup at the time, but I like it more now. Kind of, you know, you are officially in the castle, and this is, you know, it's not an introduction anymore, but it's not, you know, it's not built up into this great climax yet. Oh, there's that piece of the wall that's missing, that for some reason I just I think I accidentally like screwed up or something, and I was like, oh, I'll just keep it there. I wish I did that more. Oh, more barrel mazes, which I liked a lot. It's kind of a little linear path to the first key. Any kind of obstacle that made the area seem more interesting, I was completely okay with. Oh, this missile launcher never gets enough love. Doesn't really help me. As you can see, it doesn't really hit the guys half the time. Although sometimes it goes behind them and hits whoever is directly behind them, so it's unintentionally good. Yeah, so that brings that area full circle, and you don't have to go left anymore. The entire rest of the level is right. There's another place where you can basically shortcut the level and get this key, which is the last key that you need, by shooting and getting those officers that come out of the door to open that locked door. But you have to be standing on the other side, which I wasn't, so I screwed up and didn't get it. But it's also pretty easy to do. I don't know why I let it happen so much in this level. Usually if I let somebody skip a level, it meant that I didn't like it very much. But I think this level is okay. Just didn't have an epic, except it did, so I don't know. I don't know what I was hoping for. It's funny though. I mean, I talked about it a lot, like how my my tastes have changed, because this is almost like if this is something that I did now, I'd probably be embarrassed and I wouldn't be able to show it. And you know, but like it was kind of a different person, so I have a lot of distance from it, and I can like look at it in that way of, you know, somebody else basically did this, except I remember what that person remembers when they were making it for some reason, for some very strange reason. I like this secret. You can get in it from both ways. Both of those doors, if you take them, will open up that secret, and it connects back, so it's a pretty neat secret. You don't actually have to go in this area at all, though, which I found out. Although it doesn't matter, because I'm going in the area anyway. Yeah, these are just kind of side rooms. I think I didn't like the presence of side rooms. If there was a side room that didn't feel like something, I was disappointed. I wanted to force everyone to go through as much as possible. As you will see in some of the later levels, which make you run over every side of the map. I don't think there's a single area where, in some of the maps, where you don't have to go to or have to go through. Although it's not like a straight linear thing. I don't know. There was a mod called Armageddon way back when, which was done by this guy named Barry Christian, and I remember. Oh, he actually had a Wolfenstein site that I like took over and tried to put into my site. Oh, this reminds me of episode 3, level 2. I don't know if it was directly an homage, but anyway, I ended up taking over his site, but he made a mod called Armageddon, which was one of the first with source code changes, and I think there were 4 keys in that one, or maybe that was the next one that he did, where there were 4 keys, and basically every time that you got a key, you had to run all the way to whichever door was the farthest away from you to open it. That was like the rule, pretty much without exception. Like, I'm gonna make you run as far as possible to get to this key. And so like I didn't even, after like playing halfway through it, like I didn't even think about, oh yeah, this is building up for a big confrontation here. This takes me forever to get through. But yeah, I didn't even think about it. I just like, I knew it was going to be the farthest door from where I was. And that's very interesting. I guess is one way you can put it. But I try not to do that in this one. Although sometimes you have to do that. Those guys run behind those armored dudes, and it's hard to see behind them, so it's very difficult, much like the guys who hide behind the columns in the last level. And you don't know who's coming from what side or how many enemies there are, because there are a lot. So a lot of these situations are very difficult to handle. Thankfully, there is enough health and stuff, which is good. I wasn't too bad on the health, I feel like. I could have probably even been more conservative, but I'm not the greatest player in the world of my things, or of anything. And that room is kind of a placeholder, I guess, or whatever. And then on each of the side rooms, there's chicken dinners or turkey dinners, whatever you want to think of them as. I don't know how that guy ended up. Well, whatever. Yeah, I like this room. It's very, you know, it is what you expect it to be. You know, it's not a failed expectation. This mod certainly does not fail to deliver on the confrontations, which is good, you know, because sometimes, you know, you feel like something is building up to something and then it never really gets there, and you just want it to go all the way. And I definitely feel like I tried to go all the way as much as possible. That was my thing. I didn't want to shortchange anybody. So even if like a lot of the things on the way were kind of broken, or you know, not necessarily very well thought out, or thought out at all, the general progression would be something that would build, and you get excited the more you played it. And I don't know, I didn't get that many comments from people who played it, but from people who did, I definitely, there was a, you know, oops, I looked at the wrong side. They did say, you know, something about you can never predict what's going to happen, and that's a good feeling, I suppose, especially if you spend all your time playing Wolfenstein mods. You know, you have to sort of sum up the experience, or at least that's what I felt like. Yeah, here's that fabled last key. I wanted to, you know, sum up the entire experience of me with the game, and like the mods that I had played and everything. Anyway, yeah, you can see those are swastikas. That was done a few times in the original game, and I did it a ton in this game. Anyway, stay tuned for level 22.